chrome looks great on your classic Mustang, but in my opinion, does not belong on the modern Mustang. So today I'm going to replace all the emblems on my 2018 Mustang with some custom gloss black emblems. These custom emblems are Ford licensed reproductions of the original front, rear, and side emblems found on the 2015 through 2018 Mustang. Now in my case, I'm going with a pony for the rear instead of the GT because I think it looks a little bit better on the back than the factory GT emblem. These are available in several different finishes. I chose a gloss black. They're also available in matte black or body color. For this installation, we had a 1/4 inch ratchet, 10mm socket, clip removal tool or small flathead screwdriver, plastic pry bar, and a heat gun. We're going to start off in the front with the grill horse. Now there's two different ways to do this. The easier way to do it, you pop this cover off, break the studs off the factory horse, and just simply remove it. Now if you didn't want to break the studs for whatever reason, you can get it off without doing so, but you have to remove the entire front bumper. In my opinion, definitely not worth it when we're replacing the emblem anyway. To remove the radiator cover, we're going to start by removing all of these push pin clips. We're going to start off with the grill emblem. Now in the previous 15 through 17, there were two ways to do it. You could remove the entire front bumper cover, which is a lot of work, or you would simply remove this cover, reach down behind, break off the tabs, and pop the emblem out. Now for 18, though, that's a little bit different. Now here's a nice little surprise on the 2018 Mustang. On the previous models, you simply reach down in here behind this, and you get to the back of the horse. They added this new shroud in here to direct more air to the radiator, but unfortunately also makes it impossible to reach down and get to it. Now the way around this is remove these bolts on the radiator, just slide it back enough to be able to reach your hand in there and pop off the clips. Now if you have somebody with smaller arms, it'll make this a lot easier, but if you push back on the radiator over here on this side, it gives you enough room to get your arm in there and pop off those studs. Get the studs off, we can remove the emblem. Now to say at this point, if you cannot reach back in there to get these studs, the other option, you can use a plastic pry bar in the front. Just be careful with the grill and you can pry it off that way as well. Okay, we're going to reinstall our radiator support cover. Okay, with the horse off, we're going to use some rubbing alcohol, clean the surface thoroughly. Now this may not be every car, but in my car, this top hole here, we actually have to drill it out just a little bit for the stud to fit. I'm going to peel the backing off the horse. Line everything up, and then push it off. Now you can move on to the 5.0 badges. For the 5.0 badges on the Fenders, the only way to get them off is to either pry them with a small pry bar or use a piece of fishing line and sort of work your way behind it. But either way, put some tape around the edges just to protect your paint before you remove them. With the tape on, we're going to use a heat gun just to soften up the adhesive on the 5.0 before we remove it. Get the emblem off, we're going to remove our tape now. Now if you had a heat gun, if you got the emblem nice and warm, it should come off in one piece. If it doesn't, any kind of residue left over has to be removed. What we're going to do now is use a little bit of Goo Gone or any kind of adhesive cleaner just to get the balance off. You want the panel to be completely smooth and clean before you install the new emblem. With it clean, we're going to prep the surface with a little bit of alcohol. Grab our new badge, remove the backing. It's going to use the factory alignment pins. And stick it on. Repeat the process on the other side. Now we can move on to the rear emblem. Just like the other emblems, with the rear there are two options. Option one, carefully tape around the edge of this and just pry the factory emblem off. Now if you do that, you want to be careful because you can scratch it, so you use tape. The other way is a lot more involved. You've got to remove 2 bolts from this side, 2 bolts from the other side, remove the entire cover, disconnect your camera, and then pop off all the clips to remove the entire panel. If you do that, you can just buzz the back of the emblem off and remove it from the panel. But honestly, if you're careful with taping and a pry bar, it's much, much easier. I'm going to go with the tape method, so we're going to start by taping it up and just pry it off. Right, we're going to clean the surface with some rubbing alcohol and remove the tape. And we can peel off the double stick tape. And line up the tabs and install your new emblem. The gloss black emblem kit looks a lot better than the chrome of my 2018 Mustang. Like I said, they're available in a matte black finish and body color as well. As far as the installation, it's pretty straightforward. Probably take you less than an hour and be back on the road in no time.